Good morning, Stanton, Pyro, Nix, and all you beautiful drifters somewhere between a jump point and a bad decision. This is FOXXEIGHT, your very own morning show DJ who, broke 3 nails while doing that ironclad fluid change, coming to you live from Cay Freeport on 206.5 HF. The coffee is hot, the rum barrels are behaving themselves, and somehow Russell hasn't accepted 4 higher-paying job offers, one from the Vandal. We're still stuck with him. We've got a packed morning lined up for you. Today we're talking Alpha 4.8.1, new asteroid defense contracts, fresh rumors surrounding 4.9, and the latest whispers coming out of Squadron 42 development. We'll have your weather, your traffic, your surf report, and Russell's news desk standing by with varying levels of professionalism. And kicking off today's voyage through the verse, we've got a pair of tracks that fit the sunrise perfectly. First up, the island rhythms of System 13 with Unmapped. And after that, Avery Vale brings us Constellation Lights. You're listening to 206.5 HF. Home is where you dock. And baby, hang in there, because Quitters by Alpha UE. C from the black market.
206.5 high frequency, Ocean Cay's #1 mixed music station, broadcasting from Hurston's North Pole all the way to Castra.
Freedom isn't free, gotta pay for it somehow. Somehow. The pipe is the shore. Oh, map. Freedom isn't free. I wake to neon skies and concrete ties. The towers of terror keep the sun outside. Got dreams that don't fit in the sweet aim plan, so I'm packing up my soul and I'm heading to the sand. They tag my ID, they scan my bones, but they can't read the rhythm I call home. I'm leaving Earth on the hush-hush wind, where the jump points flicker and the stars begin. I'm lost on Earth, but I'm bound for light. Gonna sail past Pyro in the dead of night. No beacon, no nav, just adrift in me, on the hunt for a place where my soul run free. He's knocking, I ain't home no more. Gone where the maps don't reach the shore. Unmapped, and I'm feeling fine. Got freedom in my blood and stars in my mind. My ship's a patchwork tale held tight with grace. Old Cuddy Black with a pirate's face, got contraband love and a rebel beat. I'm hiding in the static where the patrols don't meet. Left a girl and knew bad that she knew my name. Told me don't look back as she kissed the flame. Now I'm riding the echo of her sweet, sweet laugh through a storm of calms and a slipstream path. I'm lost on Earth, but I'm bound for light. Gonna sail past Pyro in the dead of night. No beacon, no nav, just adrift in me, on the hunt for a place where my soul run free. He's knocking, I ain't home no more. Gone where the maps don't reach the shore. Unmapped, and I'm feeling fine. Got freedom in my blood and stars in my mind. Maybe I'll find a moon with no name. Start a garden, build a home from flame. Or maybe I'll drift, just me and the bee, playing this song in a jump gate seat. On Earth, but I'm bound for light. Gonna sail past Pyro in the dead of night. No beacon, no nav, just the drift in me.
flame, son.
206.5 HF Ocean Cay Freeport, coming at you live on the Black 6 Relay Network from Hurston all the way to Nix 1, where I hear the Shattered Blade has put up a new Vanduul plushie store, and even out to Castra so the UEEE can hear what freedom sounds like. I'm FOXXEIGHT, who actually just burned through all of my RMC canisters, which were quite a few aboard the Vindicator as the engineer while doing engineering repairs a few nights ago, when our org leader decided it was a great idea to go ahead and go in on an intersect mission involving a hammerhead, C2, a few scorpions after picking me up from a shopping trip on Levski. But more importantly, that was System 13 with Unmapped, followed by Avery Vale and Constellation Lights. I like Avery. We just got her music in. Fun, spunky. I kind of want to dance with the girls at the nail salon or while getting a wax. But two very different songs somehow both made me want to sit on a beach with a drink and ignore my text messages. Which coincidentally is also my retirement plan. So let's take a quick look around the verse this morning. Starting with your surf report. Got some sweet rollers off the northwest point from the wind patterns for the seasonals. Visibility is clear, auroras are active, and local rescue crews have only had to retrieve 3 tourists who thought a sandstorm looked walkable. Hurston is experiencing moderate dust activity outside Lorville. Winds remain steady, and visibility around the northern industrial zones is poor, which means someone just washed their ship, made it all sparkly. In other words, it's Tuesday on Hurston. Meanwhile, here around Ocean Cay, we're looking at calm waters, light trade winds, and perfect conditions for getting absolutely nothing productive accomplished. If you're just flying into the Freeport for some trading, make sure you roll your windscreen down while deorbiting. You'll love the strange Savannah dry air with that hint of tropical rain we get. Now, your traffic update. Everest Harbor is reporting heavy inbound traffic this morning as citizens continue rotating between Stanton and Pyro, due to the elevator software not being updated and inventories at the kiosks being locked out by faulty marketing software in the Hurston Dynamics HR department. ASOP! Wait times are up. Landing queues are growing, and at least one pilot has reportedly spent 20 minutes searching for a ship he already claimed. And coming across my desk this morning, Area 18 Traffic Control would also like to remind citizens that trains are not approved landing surfaces. Apparently, they had to remind somebody of that again. Now for a little rumor mill action. The biggest whispers floating around the stations this week continue to center on Alpha 4.9. Citizens are expecting expanded event content, new gear, more mission work, and continued economic systems development. Some pilots are convinced we'll see larger dynamic operations. Can anyone say hot pink super heavy armor? I mean, all you PvPers like that hot look, right? All the manly men out there. Well, just like my pink neons, I'll fly my little fighter in armor that makes me look like I have no metabolism and eat ice cream from New Babbage for breakfast every day. Others believe Squadron 42 will launch next week. And those same people have believed that every week since approximately 2946. Speaking of Squadron 42, speculation remains at maximum power. Officially, development continues moving through the final stages. Unofficially, every citizen in Stanton has become a professional release date analyst. Possibly more from Russell on this during the news segment. While at M&V's this past week, I watched a cargo haulers, bounty hunter, bartender, and one very confused janitor who swears free flies are a religious event and keeps his referral code tattooed to his forehead explaining release schedules like they work at the company. Everyone is an expert, especially us. After all, we're a radio station. If you can't believe content creators, you can believe us. Now, before we get back to the music, a quick story from Ocean Cay. Yesterday, a visitor from Terra spent nearly an hour insisting one of the reef sharks around the marina was an undercover advocacy drone. He attempted to conduct an interview. The reef shark ignored him. He then offered it shrimp. The reef shark accepted. At that point, I honestly wasn't sure which one of them was winning the conversation. Pro tip: the reef sharks around that particular marina like the shrimp from the Rum Runner and have this really neat sparkle during full moons. They don't have teeth, and you can swim with them when you're drunk. Coming up next, we've got a long music block featuring some station favorites and a few fresh tracks that have been finding their way across the spectrum. So, grab some coffee, check your contracts, grab some breakfast, strap in and buckle up because we're hitting the quantum drive. Or if you're listening from a cargo run halfway to Pyro, maybe grab a backup quantum drive. If you're on a subway ride sitting in traffic, a manager at CIG wondering how you'll get radio music in the verse for cheap, hugging the Yermondi down in the cave, or just enjoying that comfy canvas seat on a long haul across the black, we've got you. Speaking of haulers, this next song is for the one that left a comment this past week. Yup, you know who you are. I saw it, and thank you. This is your morning show, DJ FOXXEIGHT, coming across the Black 6 relays this morning. And we should have news coming up.
Another sunrise through the cockpit glass, another station fading fast, manifests as one more run, but I've been counting days, not credits won. That comes like blinks, it's her again, a picture from the house back then, kids getting taller every year. Sometimes home feels farther than it appears. Every jump point leaves a scar, every contract pulls you far, but some things pull a little harder than the black between the stars. I'm taking the long way home, across 1,000 lights alone. Through every storm and broken
This is our new album, Shatter the Glass. This was a fun one for the band to put together. We were drunk stuck at the Stanton Gateway, so fuck it! Are y'all ready to break the asteroids at Grimm? Hikes! Get louder in here! Who likes to PvP? Warning. Proximity alert. Aggressor detected. No, baby. That's just me. You showed up late, dressed to beg, said, one more chance with a busted leg. Your smile's fake, your pulse is weak, but I don't kill soft, I kill sleek. I bought the drinks, I sparked the fuse, I light up lovers like I like the news. You think you're smooth, you think I'll wait. Darling, you're gonna die on this date. I'm your karma with a kill switch, your glitch core goddess, code stitch. Call it cruel, call it fate. Either way, you're too late. You're gonna die on this date. No roses, no escape. I dress in red flags and high boots, blow kisses then cut your roots. You played me wrong, now I write the song, and every line's a detonation gone. So light the candle, clear the slate. You're gonna die on this day. Dinner served, the wine was spiked. This is romance with the gun mic'd. I don't cry, I calibrate. Set the mood, detonate. You bought the lie, I own the rights. Your playlist screams and strobe lights. No safe word, no sedate. You kissed a curse on your last date. I warned you soft, now scream it loud. Smile, sweetheart, your crowd's a shroud. You're gonna die on this date. Neon blood and twisted fate. Tables turned, I flipped the script. Now your pretty lies just got eclipsed. Play your role in this great ballet. I lead, you fall, I walk away. Smoke my name and burn and slate. You're gonna die on this date. Next time, try honesty. Are there any CIG developers listening? Thank you!
Vitals unstable. Administer stimulant. Crash. 1, 2, 3.
I got duct tape holding my soul in place. Last mission I just blacked out in space. Met pin buzzing, eyes all red. Don't need a doctor, I need my cred. Cargo holds hot cops on my scan. Woke up naked in a reclaimer van. I'm the glitch they never patch. Still got drugs in my habitat hatch. Wires in my veins, scars on display. Fly till I die or ride in a med bay. Heart rate spike, feel that drum. I ain't dead, just numb. Med bin heartbeat, pulse on then. Regret in the blood, dopamine sin. Said I died last year, guess I lied. Still breathing, still screaming, still undignified. Been shot, spaced, burned, betrayed, but somehow I still get paid. 89 jump with the fridge full of meds, room full of ghosts and unpaid debts. My girl left me in orbit last June. Guess the wedding's off, but I drifting. But if the pain hits hard, at least I'm still shifting. Mad pen heartbeat, not today. Plug me in, push the pain away. I'm cursed, I'm cracked, I'm last in line, but I still light up the skyline. Mad pen heartbeat, hit that flow. Bleeding pride, but I won't let go. Crashing stars, I ride that tide. Still breathing, still screaming, still undignified. We are knocked out. Out down Stanton's fading light, through the storm and fear-filled night, a voice cried out from Ocean Cay. We won't run, we're here to stay. To the deep with rising tide, young and old on deck abide. Then the ship went dark and still, lamps out, engines cold until we are here to stay. We are here to stay. Then the ferry came around, strong and safe to take us down. Every one of us she bore, ferry bound for foreign shore. Ferry met with great acclaim for the people that she saved. Then the ferry turned around for the lives she'd run aground. We are here to stay. We are here to stay. We are here to stay. Then the ferry came around, strong and safe to take us down. Every one of us she bore, ferry bound for foreign shore. Ferry met with great acclaim for the people that she saved. Then the ferry turned around for the lives she'd run aground. We are here to stay. We are here to stay.
Out in the black where the star lines bend, drifting past the markers where the verse don't end. Came a beast from the forge with a name of flame, cracking, she's the fire and death is her game. She ain't no ghost, though she rides with the dead. Hang her base full and her guns run red. With OCS to bury us up on the throne, that carrier don't roll, she owns the zone. To raise the shield, light the core, get rank, your kraken's loose and she's hungry for war. From deck to the sky, engines scream, the OCS rides the nightmare dream. Starlines bend, drifting past the markers where the verse don't end. Came a beast from the forge torch with a name of flame. Cracking, she's the fire and death is her game. She ain't no ghost, though she rides with the dead. Hang her base full and her guns run red. Hang her base full and her guns run red. The OCF rides the nightmare dream. Is the shield, light the core. Crack the until she's hungry for war. Neck to the sky, ancient scream. The OCF rides the nightmare dream. OCF rides the nightmare dream.
Voices echo and the law bites. Plastic storms in like a fractured tide. Through the canyon roars the rage of steel. No retreat, they carve the deal. Under the ash their banner flies. Plastic reigns where freedom dies. Guerrilla cries fall to the blades. Hunter becomes the prey in shade. Silent orders through static waves. Black six rays where freedom dies. Guerrilla cries fall to the blades. Hunter becomes the prey in shade. Silent orders through static waves. Black six strikes where chaos lays. Through the canyon roars the rage of steel. No retreat, they carve the deal. Under the ash their banner flies. Black six reigns where freedom dies. The fist grip as thunder lights the skies. Echoes of fire and the fighter's cries. No hope, no peace, no heroes here. Black six grins as they march through fear. Through the canyon roars the rage of steel. No retreat, they carve the deal. Under the ash their banner flies. Black six reigns where freedom dies. Through the canyon roars the rage of steel. No retreat, they carve the deal. Under the ash their banner flies. Black six reigns where freedom dies.
You're listening to 206.5 High Frequency, Ocean Case #1 mixed music station, broadcasting from Hurston's North Pole all the way to Castra.
Hey, Paris, it's me. I saw your name on a bounty board. You look hot, limo is on the way. See you soon backstage.
One's a producer,
bliss. Wrists and fists and lips I miss. Snorted stars, kiss finds goodbye. But somehow I still qualify. All my girlfriends got warrants. All my verses blurred through Torrens orbit. I got meds I can't pronounce. And a bank that doesn't count. Still got grit, still got sound. Still too fast to touch the ground. I should have burned out broken lit. But look at me now. I grunge for profit.
System redline oxyline. Hold tight, we ain't stopping till the core drop. Bulls rage, metal veins ignite. Throttle down, sparks cut the night. No brakes, we ride full till death. Screaming code in the jump gate breath. Pulse hit hard like an EMP. Got fire in my chest like TNT. Thrusters flare like a war cry roar. Shredding through the void, can't ask for more. Oxy burn, light the fuse, let the engines churn. Through the core, no return. Feel through the fire like a max full more. Oxy burn, light the fuse, let the engines churn. Through the core, no return. Feel through the fire, let the metal learn. Sparks in the cockpit, glitch in my brain. Wired on rage, can't feel no pain. Strapped to the hull like a ghost in flame. Blackout dive through the drift insane. Target lock, we coming in mad. Thrill denied, this ain't no fad. Metal storm, this is our path. We don't race, we detach wrath. Oxy burn, no shield left, just lessons learned. Rip the sky, breach and turn. We were born for the jump and the crash and the churn. Oxy burn, no shield left, just lessons learned. Rip the sky, breach and turn. We were born for the jump and the crash and the churn.
Good morning, Stanton. This is Russell from the Cay Freeport Journal. And unlike certain radio hosts whose names rhyme with box, I actually read the briefing packets before coming on air, and I returned Spectrum messages. Looking at you, darling, let's begin with Alpha 4.8.1. Since we don't care about stability, inventories working, the ironclad electrical system, a market economy, or social tools, Friday, as past week, saw a significant maintenance window on the network. What was actually fixed? I don't think we're sure yet. The UEE really hasn't told us. But thank God the UEE banking system restricted money transfers to help stimulate a fake economy, rather than just building the economy we all use offline. In other news, the latest update continues expanding asteroid defense operations throughout Stanton and Pyro. Nearly 400 new defense contracts have entered circulation, providing combat pilots, security teams, and anyone with poor impulse control, an endless supply of things to shoot at. Blueprint rewards continue to be a major draw, with industrial organizations already reporting increased demand for crafted equipment and upgraded components. While in transit, on my way to have a personal, one-on-one, 3 bottles of wine interview with the former Miss Orison, who is now the company's chief financial officer, I saw several advertisements and global chat. One that caught my eye was an individual selling custom parts and ship weapons out of Levski. Very cool. Unfortunately, local reports indicate some escort pilots putting out contracts remain convinced that hangar doors are optional. Several ships have reportedly attempted direct negotiations with the hangar doors. The hangar doors won, and reportedly the escort pilots who took the contracts didn't. Looking ahead, discussion around Alpha 4.9 continues building. Current roadmap indicators suggest additional event content, expanded mission systems, new weapons, armor sets, and further economic improvements. The super heavy armor is rather interesting, complete with a belt-fed minigun that is fed from an extra-large backpack. But don't worry about earning it in-game. CIG is sure to sell it on the pledge store, just like they sell everything else, including the kitchen sink. But not the one in their studio. That kitchen sink was custom made to look like the sink from the UEE Senate. Large portions of the community also expect continued work toward improving server performance. All criticisms and sarcasm aside, CIG will most likely continue pouring their hearts into these issues, which would be lovely. Because at the moment some servers appear to be operating on hopes, dreams and emergency maintenance crews. Sources who don't wish to be identified even report. Let's see here what the quote says. The servers perform as well as Russell does after 3 bottles of... must be a typo. While DefenseCon has concluded, the event continues generating strong participation across Stanton and even generated significant buzz in surrounding systems. The UEE was nowhere to be seen after receiving orders to withdraw back to Seoul. Still no reasons why. I even asked an old girlfriend of mine that works directly for a well-known admiral. She said her pouty lips were sealed and wouldn't tell me anything. While the show floor is clearing out, ship manufacturers are reporting increased showroom traffic, increased test flights, and dramatically increased financial regret. As always, citizens are encouraged to remember that purchasing a new vessel and being able to afford a new vessel remain 2 separate achievements. And now, the topic that causes more speculation than Hurston politics, Drake engineering standards, and dating advice from cargo haulers combined. Squadron 42. Recent development communications continue describing the project as entering its final phases of development. However, no one really knows what that even means. Investigative reporters and tabloids continue speculating on whether it's being developed, polished, marketed. Public sources corroborate some private ones stating that teams remain focused on optimization, polish, bug fixing, balancing, and overall gameplay refinement. During recent interviews and development updates, leadership again emphasized that content creation is largely complete, with efforts concentrated on preparing the experience for release. Community sentiment remains cautiously optimistic. However, there's been a growing buzz that 2956 is not the year, and perhaps we'll see the celebration of the events of Vega 2 and the history of this famed squadron released in 2957. Which is to say, half the community expects a launch announcement tomorrow. And the other half fell asleep at the wheel 8 years ago and could care less. But we here at the station are pretty excited to see what it's all about and are rooting for the teams working on it. Several interview highlights have also generated discussion. Developers continue speaking positively about the scale of the campaign, large fleet battles, capital ship engagements, and character-driven storytelling. An extensive performance capture work, featuring some of the most recognizable actors ever assembled in a video game. Early internal impressions continue to describe the experience as highly cinematic, heavily narrative focused and significantly larger in scope than many originally expected. Knowing CIG, I would not be shocked if there were some major surprises around the corner regarding this. The lack of information, generating buzz across the spectrum, hopefully will work out in their favour. Because this is way more important than 12-year-olds snorting coke and banging strippers in other virtual entertainment services. Look where that kind of thing got me, for crying out loud. And finally, a personal finance update. Several listeners wrote asking whether I still recommend investing in ship manufacturing stocks. The answer is yes. Though unlike some people around this station, I prefer assets that appreciate in value. That's all for now. For the Cay Freeport Journal and 206.5 HF, I'm Russell. And remember, wealth isn't everything. But it does make waiting for your ship claim timer and spending all day in swanky bars doing quote, unquote, interviews for the news considerably more comfortable. Fox, back to you, hot stuff, and call me.
Thank you, Russell. And for the record, no. You may not start your own relationship advice segment. Just like your station t-shirt idea that said, "Here's my number, let's synergize." That request has now been denied by a station management. Twice. This is 206.5 HF Cay Freeport on the Black 6 Relay Network. I'm your girl Fox, and if you're just joining us this morning, the sun is up over the marina. The first charter crews are heading out. I saw 3 Marines sprinting down the beach trying to catch up to their unit doing morning PT. They were all wearing polyester suits and singing, "Baby, don't hurt me." And somewhere in the market district, a tourist is discovering exactly how expensive impulse purchases can become. Speaking of which, this segment is brought to you by Blue Steel Armor Systems, located in the market district of Cay Freeport. Fly into the starport, head about 3 minutes up Black Star Drive, and you'll find the Big Corner Armor Shop 1 block north of the Rum Runner Cantina. Blue Steel Armor Systems specializes in military-grade armor, bounty hunting loadouts, security equipment, and proven Tier 3 upgrade packages trusted by professionals across Stanton. They've even received repeated purchase inquiries from Apex Copians. Unfortunately, every order form so far has been abandoned halfway through due to a lack of opposable thumbs. Alien Week is almost underway, and Blue Steel is running special promotions on recovered Vanduul armor plates, authentic battlefield fragments, and a variety of Xeno War collectibles. Blue Steel Armor Systems, protecting citizens from poor life choices and battlecruiser buyers from your wives since at least last Tuesday. And before we get back to the music, I had one of the funniest conversations of my week down at M&V's. Oddly enough, a free Long Terra iced tea and 2 Hurston tequila shots came with it. A young pilot sat down and spent 20 minutes explaining how he was going to become the most famous mercenary in Stanton. He had charts, he had financial projections, he had a custom logo. When I asked what ship he flew, he said he was still saving for one. Dream big, kid. The verse belongs to optimists. I mean, if I can become a morning show DJ actually being recognized at the Everest Harbor ASOPs and Pioneer owner, anything is possible. Now, our next artists are proof of that. A week ago, they walked into M&V's carrying a demo recording, handed it to me, and just simply and quietly, "Thank you." They just left after that. Today, they're one of the hottest acts we've played all month. Coming up next, we're featuring a special doubleheader from Fracture. 2 tracks from the band that's been climbing the charts faster than a nervous pilot leaving Grim Hex with unpaid docking fees. I'm still trying to figure out the story, but I get the feeling they have something to get off their chests. I'm your very own beach bunny mechanic girl, FOXXEIGHT. This is the morning show. And I'd turn up the volume for what I'm about to hit play on. It's much better the louder it is. Stick around because, baby, I don't do boring.
You're listening to 206.5 High Frequency, Ocean Cay's #1 mixed music station, broadcasting from Hurston's North Pole all the way to Castra.
It's Fox. I'm down at M&V's while in Laurelville running errands for the studio. This one's weird. I was heading back to the station and 5 guys stopped me. Didn't ask for anything. Didn't even introduce themselves. One of them handed me an audio data pad, and he just said, "Thank you." Then they walked away. I've got no band profile, no label, no contact information. No idea where this was recorded, just a single audio file. The file name says, Fracture, Static Fate Survivor, and honestly, I'm a little afraid to press play. All right, let's see what they gave us.
No worries. Hey, how's it going?
How the fuck is everyone tonight? What? Middle fingers up to the empire!
got an Earth flag to wave. Everybody got an
empire sold to save. Everybody got a tearing hand out. Every company wants to cut now. Static shades talk through the noise, promise a future, steal your voice. Static shades shine so bright till the power fails in the middle of the night.
Russell, you listening to this? Who the hell are these guys? Seriously, find them. I don't care how. I want names. I want a history. I want to know where that recording came from. Because that didn't sound like a demo. That sounded like a warning.
Hey, how's it
And
going?
if those 5 guys happen to be listening, yeah. Message received. Let's talk.
My father talks about the skyline like he still sees it in his sleep. Says the oceans used to shine there. Now Vegas buried way too deep. Every story sounds familiar. Every picture fades away. How can I miss a place I never know? Every single day they told us move on, forget the past. But some fires burn forever, some shadows always last. I still see a burning home through someone else's eyes. I still hear the warning sirens every time the darkness cries. We were born beneath the ashes of a world that's come and gone. Tell me why I'm still grieving for a place I've never known. Vandal, working nights to get by, watching crystal towers scrape the sky. Everybody chasing futures, nobody asking why. Every family here remembers, every scar has got a name. Every generation carries a little piece of that flame. They told us move on, forget the past. But some fires burn forever, some shadows always last. I still see a burning home through someone else's eyes. I still hear the warning sirens every time the darkness cries. We were born beneath the ashes of a world that's come and gone. Tell me why I'm still grieving for a place I've never known. Maybe home's not where you're born. Maybe home's the stories left behind. Maybe home survive forever in the bloodline, in the mind. 3 ships. Weapons hot! Kill this motherfucker! You saw the bounty, you saw the tag, you saw my signature. Still thought you'd have a chance. Talk cheap on Spectrum, everybody hard online. Funny how they get quiet when the radar lights up mine. You can run, you can jump, you can hide behind the law. But once the shields start dropping, everybody sees what you are. Ain't no safe zone, ain't no second chance. Out here in the black,
Everybody gotta dance.
you either earn respect or become the lesson learned. Out here in the dark,
Everybody gets their turn.
everybody gets their turn. Everybody gets their turn. You bought a bigger ship, thought bigger meant better. Skill don't come factory installed, no matter what the brochure tells you. I came up fighting hungry. You came up comfortable. Now you're learning firsthand why confidence ain't bulletproof. Ain't no fucking safe zone, ain't no second chance. Out here in the black,
Everybody gotta dance.
you either earn respect or become the lesson learned. Out here in the dark,
Everybody gets their turn.
No excuses, no backup, no insurance claim. No senator, no corporation coming to save your pussy ass name.
kill feeds, litting up like a city after dark. Everybody got a plan till they drifting without power. You call it griefing, I call it consequences. But welcome to the frontier, now pay attention. Ain't no fucking safe zone, ain't no second changes. Out here in the black,
Everybody gotta dance.
you either earn respect or become the lesson learned. Out here in the dark,
Everybody gets their turn.
Contact. 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 3 ships.
weapons hot! Kill this motherfucker!
He was raised beneath lights that never went out, in a city that never saw the stars.
I was born under neon, where the frostbite bites, New Berlin nights, dirty creds and cheap flights. Mama worked docks, daddy vanished in the smog. Grew up ducking core forces in the alley fog. Cold meals, cold deals, warmth came from the chrome. Street code, no feels, learned to bleed alone. Every friend had a hustle, every block had a cost. Every light that glowed was a soul that got lost.
Skyline, no heroes in the glow, just ghosts in the wise. I lit my path with fire, now watch me rise up.
My boots stomp frost on the terracotta stone. Every step's a statement, nah, I ain't alone. Got my brothers on comms, got my steel in my coat, and the corp can't tax what I carry in my throat. Raised on violence lines and government scripts, but I spit back truths like ballistic clips. You hear me now? Cause I earned this mic from the underlevels where they kill on sight. You ever hear real gambling? Echo through smog? That's the sound of a boy becoming a weapon.
But I call She's pouring another round on this old Thursday night. Low Regal starport, single cargo pilots. 4 strong, 1 for herself. The bar is hopping tonight. Sipping while she's thinking she misses her man on the tropical bleaches. Tara's moons are so third whiskey shot, he's telling her the burnout joke she's heard already 50 times before. She pretends to laugh like she doesn't know what's coming next, looking at her curves. He's asking her, will you go with me out into the stars? I'm leaving tomorrow with a full tank of quantum, a martini and an empty seat. I know you wanna leave, so will you go with me? She looks at the time on the wall while he's charming her about a G12 and Skyline penthouse like her. A micro-text leather is so fine. Pouring him a strong one she'd rather be with, the one she loves back at home on the tropical bleaches. Tara's moons are so high. She pulls out a napkin and writes him a note. She folds it in half, hands it to him, says, "Here you go." Then he opens it up, looks up at her, and she says, "There's your answer." It says, "Will you go with me out into the city? I'm leaving tonight. After work, a shot and empty seat. I know you wanna leave, so will you go with me?"
And that was Desert Vixen with Go With Me. You know, every time I hear that song, have you ever met that one person in a bar? A few drinks, a Moby glass request on a napkin. Next thing you know, you're waking up married the next morning wondering why you're asleep in the med beds on an Idris. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's a good thing. I have no idea what that's like. Nope. None whatsoever. And significantly more important news. I was sitting out on the beach a few evenings ago watching the sunset roll across the harbor. The charter boats were coming in. The lights around the marina were starting to come on. A couple of red dragons were flying over in the distance, coming into the spaceport. I watched as a guy walked up to the bar and confidently told a woman he'd crossed 3 systems just to meet her. She smiled, asked what her name was. He realized he had absolutely no idea. The recovery was heroic. The success rate was not, but that's the thing about Ocean Cay. Sometimes the best stories start with terrible plans. A random conversation, a spontaneous road trip, a last-minute flight. A song playing at exactly the right moment. The verse is a strange place. Sometimes you find adventure, sometimes you find trouble. And every now and then, you find somebody worth sharing a sunset with. This segment is brought to you by Black Star Order, or Black 6. Whether you're a new citizen looking for a crew or a veteran pilot searching for something more than random contracts and station chat, Black Star Order is currently recruiting. Milsom Light. Raid. Team mentality. Professional. Weekly training. Regular operations. Leadership opportunities, pay and loot. Black 6 is signing on crews for the fast attack corvettes Tiberius and Vindicator, and marine attack pilots for the Red Dragons. From fighter pilots and security teams to engineering, logistics, and command staff. No screaming. No mandatory second job disguised as a gaming organization. Just good people, solid operations, and a community focused on having fun while accomplishing something together. Interested? Stop by the recruiting office on Cay Freeport, or look for Black 6 on the organization's page, or just click the Discord link in our description. No pressure. Come hang out. We'd love to meet you. Ask questions, and see if Black 6 feels like home. And speaking of home, we've got a couple slower tracks lined up next. A chance to catch your breath, check your contracts, take drink in case you're thirsty, go refill the coffee, or pretend you're working while staring out a viewport. Pro tip, get the small earbuds while in meetings at work. You can still listen to us and look like you love what the meeting is about. Then I'll be back with our top 3 countdown. The songs that have been dominating requests, downloads, playlists, and probably a few relationships over the past couple of weeks. I'm your frisky girl Fox, and this is the morning show. Stay close. You're listening to 206.5 HF. Home is where you dock, and you docked here. And we are so thankful.
I met her first on Terra, a lifetime and a drink ago. She said she hated politicians. I said I hated being told. We laughed until the sunrise, watched the city wake below. Then she boarded for Centauri, and I never thought she'd show. Saw her next in Magnus 3 years and 2 wars later. Different dress, same eyes, still making every room look greater. She said, "You're getting older." I said, "Darling, so are you." She stole my glass of whiskey like she always used to do. One more orbit, one more chance, one more station, one more dance. Funny how the stars keep moving, yet somehow we do too. One more orbit, one more night, one more city dressed in light. And somehow in this endless universe, I keep finding you. 20 years of jump points, 20 years of near misses. Somewhere between the departures and all the almost kisses, the galaxy grew smaller. Oh baby, we just learned that some people leave your life and some always return. One more orbit, one more chance, one more station, one more dance. Funny how the stars coincidence, maybe the stars are bored and enjoy the entertainment. One more orbit, one more flight, one more morning turning night, one more promise, neither one of us intends to keep. One more orbit, one more song, one more place before we're gone. And if tomorrow takes us separate ways, at least tonight is ours.
I let you dock in my airlock gate. Taught you to fly, then you showed up late. Said you were hauling scrap from Tier 09, but your navlog said you spent the night in line of her ship. Same damn call sign. I ain't slow sugar, I read between the lines. So I torched your gear and I sold your pet. Left your gun 'cause I'm not that bad. Painted lie on your Connie's wing. Told the verse you're a glitch, now word pinging. You can run, you can hide, hyperspace through the void. But I lit a beacon and I brought the noise. You cheat on this cowgirl, you lose your grip 'cause I'm scorched earth, baby. And I stole your ship. Told your org I found your stash. Sold it off in exchange for cash. Gave your jacket to a Drake punk girl. Now she wears it while she ruins your world. You always liked them wild, so I gave her the keys. Told her to aim for your ego. She said please, yeah. I torched your gear and I sold your pet. Kept your boots, they look good on that. Posted logs of your late night flings. Now your reps got more holes than your gun wings. You can ghost, you can warp, try to beg or plead, but this Texas girl don't forgive me. You cheat on this cowgirl, you lose your grip 'cause I'm scorched earth, baby. And I stole your shit. I don't keep cars, I breach hangers. I don't cry, I leave scars on scanners. You say sorry, I say nothing. So next time you chase a girl on comms, remember who taught you where to drop bombs. I'm dust and fire, grit and spit. You had a star and you lost it. You can spin your lies across this verse, but baby I hit first. You cheat on this cowgirl, you lose your grip 'cause I'm scorched earth, sweetheart. And I stole your shit.
You're listening to 206.5 High Frequency, Ocean Cay's #1 mixed music station, broadcasting from Hurston's North Pole all the way to Castra.
One, two,
3, 4. time I saw her boots up on the dash, flight suit half zipped, eyes full of crash, sipping on void like it's just routine. Said you look like a guy who's never clean. She lit a smoke off the whole torch flame, tattoo on her neck spelled out no shame. Said don't talk sweet lest she fly mean. She kissed me once, stole my cutlass clean. She's my hanger queen, my crash and burn dream. Shots of rum and a med pen lean. Never said goodbye, just a flare and scream. But I still see her in my cryo team. She's wild stars and static nights. She rides the darkest stars to fight. She kissed me once and left the scene. Now all I got's this busted spleen. Played me like a bad blues track, took my creds and never looked back. I wrote her name on my cargo plate, now customs thinks she's my first mate. I saw her on a bounty screen, smiling wide in a kill zone scene. Still wears that patch I gave for luck, still flies like love and fights like, well, she's my hanger queen, my oxygen fiend. Never loved me, but man, she leaned into every line and late night day. I left my soul hanging in cold air. I don't chase ghosts, but if I did, she'd be the last one on my grid. So if you see her, tell her clean, she'll always be my hanger queen.
Takes all my money, addiction in space and time. Slam, I dictate people around me. Slam, heavy moonlight, mist in the night. The wolves are out. Slam. Stanton police, dead city streets, dead of the night. Slam, slam takes all my money, addiction in space and time. Slam addicting people around me. Slam, heavy moonlight, mist in the night. The wolves are outside. Sad addiction.
moonlight, mist in the night. The wolves around
to 06.5 HF, Ocean Cay Freeport's only mixed music station. I'm FOXXEIGHT, your host for this wild ride through the radio jump pipe. And somehow, we've already reached the end of another morning together. Sitting here looking out over the marina, watching ships come and go, it feels good. Really good. A lot of you know the station disappeared for a while. A year is a long time. Long enough for stories to change, for people to move on, for new voices to arrive. And yet, when we turned the transmitter back on, you came back. Some of you immediately. Some of you quietly. Some of you brought your friends. And some of you are listening for the very first time. To every one of you, thank you. It means more than you know. We invite you to leave a comment, share this with a friend who might need the distraction, leave a like, subscribe, and join others in the verse who are a part of the signal. Just so you know, you can join our Discord. Pick the LFG role and you can pipe our radio announcements directly into your own Discord. And, have a drink, say hi, and introduce yourself. We'd love to meet you. As for where I was, more than likely if you see me at the burrito stand in Everest Harbor, or we meet at the bar in the Rum Runner and you feed me enough liquor, I'll dance on the bar and tell you a wildly overinflated story, whether it's believable or not. As long as you're laughing, entertained, and come back for more. But for this morning, let's just say there are some stories that are better told after midnight. And a few that should probably never be told at all. Now, before we wrap things up, let's count down the 3 biggest songs across the station over the last month. Last show we did the past full year, a whole year of you all listening, sharing, and jamming out while you're out there in the black. And what we've seen just in the past couple of weeks, let's just say way beyond our dreams come true. And honestly, This month's chart is one of the strangest we've ever had. At number 3, Miles from Stanton by St. Meridian. A song that quietly snuck up on everybody. Apparently, there are far more cargo haulers, deep space pilots, and lonely souls crossing the shipping lanes than anyone realized. If you've ever watched Stanton disappear behind you while wondering if you're heading towards something better, you probably understand exactly why this one connected. At number 2, the luxury lounge singer that stole our hearts, and that of the largest mafia bosses across the empire. Velvet Goodbye from Sable Knox. The same song that dominated downloads throughout ArtCorp during her disappearance. And somehow, months later, it's still holding its ground. Still getting requests. Still finding new listeners. Not bad for a song half the verse thought would be forgotten, but her voice, her class and elegance, it's hard not to be surprised and want to get on a high-class lounge dance floor. And now, our number 1 song. The fastest rising track we've ever aired. A song that arrived almost out of nowhere. Less than 10 days. 10 days. And it absolutely detonated the charts. Downloads, streams, requests, replay counts, everything. Your number 1 song this month. A group of guys with a compelling story, and when I met them at M&V's that afternoon, I saw something that made me stop and hit play on that demo. Sticking their middle fingers up at the UEE. Broken Heart by Fracture. A week ago, they were unknown. Today, they're sitting on top of the mountain. And honestly, I have a feeling they're just getting started. So if you bought new speakers in the CIG Pledge store, go ahead and blow them out by turning up the volume. Piss off the station dock masters and leave the deep space radio mics on to flood the airwaves. For everyone listening from a cockpit, a cargo deck, a station corridor, a workshop, a beach chair, a studio art desk, or somewhere far beyond civilization, thank you for spending your morning with me. I'm your morning host, your girl FOXXEIGHT. And now I get to go shopping down on the beachfront and then pull the landing gears off a Tiburon for maintenance. Still no appointment for new nails. This is 206.5 HF Ocean Cay Freeport. And no matter where the jump points take you, you are a part of the signal. See you next time.
wish they'd change their fate. Some got rich and some got buried, some just vanished in the black. Funny thing about tomorrow, sometimes it never circles back. Still I hear the station music, still I hear those old goodbyes. Still I see familiar faces when I close my eyes. I'm a million miles from Stanton, chasing contracts through the dark. Every jump point leaves me wondering which old dream I left apart. Still the stars keep pulling westward, still the engines hum along. Guess a drifter's just a traveler who stayed gone a little too long. Maybe someday I'll stop running, maybe someday I'll touch down, maybe someday I'll find the answers everybody's looking for now. Until then, the drive keeps turning and the black keeps rolling by. Another contrast, another sunrise, another piece of sky. I'm a million miles from Stanton, still the stars call out my name. Every system tells a story, every port still feels the same. Still the stars keep pulling westward, still the engines hum along. Guess a drifter's just a traveler who stayed gone a little too long. Johnny, thank you for the martini. Midnight paints the towers gold, another Dropking story never told. Our corpse hums beneath the glass, like every secret from the past. The bartender already knows which songs I like, which space lanes I chose, and which ones I left behind without a trace, without a sign. Everybody thinks they know me from the lights and from the stage, singing at the Arcor penthouses, holding his hand, but the truth is never written on the front page. So here's a velvet goodbye, wrapped in starport city lights. One last dance beneath the skyline, one last
piano plays a familiar tune, old memories beneath all three moons. Every promise, every flame, every lover forgot my name. Somewhere below the air traffic flows, past the places nobody knows. And somewhere in the crowd tonight, a stranger catches my eye. So here's a velvet goodbye, wrapped in starport city lights. One last dance beneath the skyline, one last toast tonight. If tomorrow finds me gone, don't ask me where I've flown. Just remember I was smiling when I sang this song. No tears, no warning lights, no dramatic final scene. Just a quiet elevator ride and disappearing from the dream. So here's a velvet goodbye, wrapped in starport city lights. One last dance beneath the skyline, one last toast tonight. If tomorrow finds me gone, don't ask me where I've flown. Just remember I was smiling when I sang this song. And if you hear my voice again, somewhere down the star line, just know the night was beautiful. You and the stars were mine. Johnny, thank you for the martini.
Kept dying, everybody kept saying, just hold on. Another week, another month, another year, another squadron 42. Where were you when the walls came down around us? Where were you when the fire took the horizon? Where were you? You said you'd never leave us. You said you'd never leave. You said you'd
lost. Another flag, another ghost. I kept your message, I kept your picture, I kept believing, I kept waiting, I kept waiting, I kept waiting, I kept waiting. Was coming, we weren't forgotten, they were coming back. Another admiral's speech, another minister's promise, another empire flag, another ghost in my house. Where were you when we became statistics? Where were you when they closed the cameras down? Where were you when the children became monsters, trying to survive, trying to survive? We waited, nobody came.
High frequency, Ocean Cay's #1 mixed music station, broadcasting from Hurston's North Pole all the way to Castra.